guys, we have reviewed hundreds of phones this year, and finally the smartphone of the year turned out to be the brand new Samsung Galaxy Note 4. And we thought on this note, why don't we gift one of these to one of you for being the most awesome supporters in the world. So then guys, watch our videos on the real life usage of the S Pen, and one of lucky you might just take this bad boy into the new year. So guys, read the terms and conditions, answer some questions, watch the videos, and you might just win yourself a Note 4. Let's first talk about the S Pen itself and the evolution of it. So we have the Note 2's S Pen, Note 3 and the Note 4, and you will see some distinctive advantages on the Note 4's S Pen. The Note 2's S Pen was good enough, it has good enough pressure point, but it also kind of more roundish. And then Samsung got the feedback that probably making it slightly squarer would help gripping the pen better. So they made the Note 3's S Pen better to hold, and also it had about 1200 to 1300 pressure points, much more than the 700 odd pressure points of the Note 2. Then they did not stop it there, they went and researched more, and finally with the Note 4's S Pen they actually wanted to make the S Pen like a real pen, and which the moment it touches the screen you feel like you're writing on a paper. And for that, gripping is one of the most important things. So they just did not make it square like the Note 3, but they also gave these engraved patterns that actually does not let your finger slip at any point. It also helped pressing the button here much easier. They also have increased the pressure points much more, so that now you actually feel like you're writing on a screen around here, and it does not feel like there is actually a glass between you and the S Pen and the screen. Do you see? It actually feel like there is no glass. It actually feel like there is glass in case of the Note 3. Also they have roughly double the sensitivity on the Note 4's S Pen. So the Note 4's S Pen finally feels like writing on a real paper with a real pen. Another feedback Samsung got during the Note 3's S Pen development is that the S Pen on Note 2 could do many stuff, great stuff, but people are finding it hard to find those features. They weren't immediately available to people, so a lot of folks did not know about this. That's why on the Galaxy Note 3, Samsung introduced something called the Air command, which pops up the moment you pull out the S Pen, and that's carried over to the Note 3. It also gives you access to 4 flagship features of the S Pen, and we're going to talk about the first point here, the action memo, which is one of the most important and most productive tools of the S Pen on the Note 4. It's not a simple note-taking app, it's much more than that, and you can literally pop this on top of any application, be it on a call, you're writing a message, you're recording an interview, watching a YouTube video, during a meeting, anytime you want to just jot down something, pull out the action memo. And when I say it's not a simple note-taking app, I mean this. Let's say you're on a call and you just want to note down a number of your friends. You can just go ahead and note down, I'm just writing a sample number here, that, and you jot down on the phone your friend's number. That's fine, but what you can do is also just press this, and it actually gives you some probable actions that you might want to do with this number. You might want to call this number, add it to contact, message him, mail him, you can search about him, or you can also pinpoint on the map in case it's a place, or you can also add this to your agenda to a task list. So you can just simply go ahead out there, and there's you can call right from there. Another useful thing is that you can simply go ahead and write a place's name and then pinpoint this one on Google Map. Now if you click this button, it will select the whole action memo. So go ahead and press this button on the S Pen and then drag to select part of the text, and then you can place it on the map, and there you see it right pinpointed on my Google Map. Very convenient the action memo is. Now we'll talk about Smart Select, the second feature on the Air command. You can pop up the Air command but just by tapping this nearing the screen anywhere, and the second option is this is Smart Select. Now I'm gonna do something, I wanna party tonight. So you can select any area of the screen just by drawing a square or a rectangular, and then you can just collect those. And it's smart because it knows you want to collate all those so it will gather them in one place. So let's say I'll open this again and go ahead and I can select this. So I'm going to do party tonight, but I just want to warn my friends that I might just drink slightly more tonight. So I'll go and gather all of this. You can see what all I've gathered right here. Now once you do that, I can just go to my S note. For example, I can create an S note and I can actually drag this over here. All of those will get dragged down. I can resize them the way I want, you know, you see. Then I also have the links and all stuff which I really do not need. So I'll drag this party tonight, but I might drink a little more than I should, and I can go ahead and save this. Now if I tap this button with my S Pen, it knows that I want to write with my S Pen, so it'll automatically bring up the writing pad, and the S Pen writing pad on the Note 4 is most efficient and more efficient than ever. It also recognizes my horrible cursive writing. There, see, party time. Save it again. Now delete this, you don't need this. Share it and send it by mail to all of your friends, or by message, or by WhatsApp. The Smart Select is a very useful feature, specifically when you want to collect many things in one place and try to collate them and create something new. Now Smart Select is for places where you want to cut or trim the image square or in rectangular shape. But what about when you have an irregular shape, like for example these boots out there, these beautiful boots? For that you have another function called image clip, and that's the third one out here. So let's say my girlfriend just showed me this beautiful pair of jeans with black boots, but I want to tell her that I like this blue boots better. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna cut this, you can see as image clip, and I can create a category right here saying boots. Yeah, and I can save it. Okay, save, done. And then I'll go here, and her jeans somehow look like this yellow one, so I'm again gonna go to the image clip and then trim this part. You see, you can do, because it's a freehand, so you can actually trim an image in irregular shape. I can also go ahead and I'll save it in the same place, boots. Now I can go out here, yeah, this and this can actually merge, yeah. So once I have it merged, I can just simply export or simply share them. You see, I can share via image or scrapbook file, so I can have image and text, and I can actually mail her and say that these blue boots look better on these yellow jeans than the black boots that she has. So it helps, the image clip helps greatly in terms of cutting irregular shape and then collecting them and creating something new. The next thing that's close to my heart is something called a screen write. That is the fourth function on Air Command. Now, for example, this is one of my most favorite features, and you bring it up in the Air Command, the last one. The moment you tap this screen write, it takes a screenshot and then it makes it editable. So for example, now I need to share the whole screen. I need to share these maps, and I want to tell my friend that although my GPS showed it right here, but actually my home, I'm just gonna trim it down a bit. The pen, you can do a whole lot of things out there, but my house is actually round about here. So instead of coming from this side, you actually need to go here and then come from this side. Now I can just write around here. I can also change my colors, and I can just write anything here. This is the right road. Yeah, and I can send him this via mail or message via anything, so that he actually knows that because his GPS will show this place, but he actually needs to come to this place, which is my home. So that's about the screen write thing, where you can take a screenshot of the whole page and then write anything on top of that. You can also crop any part of it if you just need part of the screen around here, and you can also have lots and lots of other options in the pen as well. You see, you can increase the thickness of it, you can change the color, you can also add presets to it. So I can just add my presets out there. I can go ahead and change my pen around here and then add it, and it will add as a preset, so that I do not need to go and change my colors and everything every time. So I can just go ahead and let's say do something here, and then go ahead and go to presets straight away, switch to my presets, and then do the other thing. It makes it very, very convenient. Yeah. So those were the main feature in the air command, but S Pen is not only about this, it's just much more. Now next feature I'm gonna show you, it's called highlight text. Now I got his mail from eBay that my D750 has been shipped, and I just want to track it. They have a tracking ID. Now what I do is, I don't want to remember this, I can just press this button on any screen, and I can simply select this particular text there, and I can go ahead and copy it, and then I've already opened the DTDC site for you. I can go ahead and I can paste it right here, there you see, and I can track it so that it tells me the status. There you see, in transit in Chennai. So it makes it very, very easy to select a particular text wherever on your browser, on on maps, anywhere on a document, so that you can quickly let's say select a part of code or part of a line that you want to use elsewhere. It makes it very, very easy, and it's not only limited to text. For example, you can also select multiple photos and then edit or delete or share them, or you can also go ahead and select multiple dates on, let's say, on the S Planner, and then write it. Yeah, you have meeting and or trip to Goa. You've seen how badly I've written that handwriting. It could still recognize 100% trip to Goa, and it will just create a reminder right around there. So very useful feature, highlight text and multi-select feature. The airview feature of the S Pen is particularly important if you do not have enough time, if you're a very busy person. Let's say I just got this unread mail, all of this, but I do not have the time to go through each of these, and all of those might not be important to me as well. So I just go and I just hover over there, and I get a quick snapshot of what it's written over there. Okay, it's a press release. Now it's an associate program, so I might not need to read those. Mintra, customer service, oh, they have delivered my order, and then that's another press release. So I have just quickly known all the unread mails that I have. I don't need to go to any one of those. They do not need my attention right away. I can go back to my meeting, but the AirView feature actually helped me to see what's inside those mails, yeah, if not all. And it's not only restricted to mail. You can go to gallery and you can see how it looks, all these. If you go to album, you can see what are the photos inside that, and if you can go to a single photo, you can actually see the options out here. There you see screen write, edit, share and delete. You can do them from right here. Again, S Plan, and you can go ahead and see Christmas, flight to Mumbai, and all these things. So you do not have to actually go and tap around here to see what is this. The AirView feature help you see without even touching the screen. A great tool for a busy person. Now we are coming to the most powerful apps that works in conjunction of the S Pen. It's called the S Note. Now S Note is immensely powerful. It's a note that can be synchronized to your Samsung account, to your Evernote account, so that you do not lose your notes. And it also can create various type of notes. For example, did you see it straight away came from the action memo? Now in Note 3 you could not save an action memo directly to S Note, or you could not auto upload it to Evernote or something. But right now, if you have an action memo, if you have written anything out here, you can straight away take it to S Note, and your S Note can be automatically synced with Evernote, so that you do not lose your action memo at any time. So that's how a blank S Note looks like. Now I'm not gonna go show you all feature of S Note because that's for a different video, that's for S Note only. But with the S Pen, it makes it very, very smooth. It's the smoothest S Pen yet, and because this S Pen actually is induction based, so it does not recognize your fingers. There, see, the moment you press this, it will recognize your finger again. But when you have this one, and see, this said it should not recognize your finger. Next, I want to show you a feature called Photo Note, which is again one of the most powerful feature of S Note, and in conjunction with the S Pen you can do wonders. So the moment you tap this, it turns into a camera. Now you see I have two separate graphs on two separate sheets, so I'm gonna go ahead and take a picture out here. So what Photo Note does is that it converts your raster image to vector. There you see, so it converted it to vector. So now it automatically selected different areas. I can go ahead and I can select this area, I can select this area, yeah. So now I can go ahead and press this, and I can select this particular graph, and it gets selected. I can drag it on top of this one, so I can also align the X and the Y axis around here. I've just about aligned just for a demo purpose, and now you see something wonderful. You see both the graphs actually got imposed one on top of another. So I can use the previous images X and Y axis parameters, and there you see I impose the second image or the second graph on top of the first graph, and it beautifully showed a comparison between those graphs on the parameter of the first graph. So that's something incredible that you can do with Photo Note. You can also extract a logo from a JPEG and convert it to vector, and then work on that particular logo, and then send it to clients and stuff. It's very, very powerful. Last but not least, a number 10 feature of the S Pen is that the S Pen has over the years developed a huge ecosystem. So you have lots of third-party app that also works beautifully with the S Pen. So if you can go to Galaxy apps, you would see that best apps for S Pen. Just tap there and you would see all the apps that Samsung thinks work great with the S Pen. We've just installed one of those to show you, Autodesk, which is one of the famous companies for to draw 3D arts and stuff. So it's much advanced than S Note. You have a lot more pen options. So if you're one of those graphic designers, one of those architectures that would like to make a digital drawing, you can use this particular app, Autodesk. You also have other Autodesk apps, and on almost all, this one will support. You can select your pen and everything, brightness and all those stuff right from here, and then you can go ahead and use your S Pen. You can also select colors, right from there. So I'm just showing you a demo. I'm very bad at drawing, but that's how you can do. You can also fill. See? I can put gradient and all, and do various stuffs that I can increase the tolerance and decrease it. So basically that enhances my S Pen's drawing capabilities to a whole new level. It also has many games, many other apps as well on the Galaxy app. You can simply go ahead and Galaxy app, and a lot of these are actually free. So you have Papyrus and Amazing Note, there are note-taking apps, and then crayons for your kids. Then you also can draw cartoons and many other things. Most are related to drawings and taking notes and cartoons, and that's what S Pen is best used for. So the ecosystem of S Pen is huge, and it's only growing every day.